Man, the last video was not as great. Now, whether I survived or not is completely spoiler-free, but that doesn't mean I can't review my performance. We're gonna do one more Thotu run at least in this video, and we're gonna do at least 2 runs. I guess the time will tell you that, as we have Scar's exclusive Haru to do, and yeah, it's all about Haru. All about Haru this week. I need to get in touch with my inner Haru. That being said, I am still gonna do some experiments here and there when need be. Not that I need to ask myself that, and even doing experiments as we get Scars here is, well, you need a lot of playthroughs to really get at least some experimental probability. But as we get into it, Thotu Scar's character exclusive Haru, maybe we play more consistently, and then watch me not play consistently, and we'll find out. I mean, it should be kind of the, well, hold on, Dexterity, Strength, Charisma, Second Mystery, Light, and maybe Takshisan. The proof is in the cars. That's what I was going to say, but that's not the right phrase, so what I'm trying to say is that there's gameplay of World of Horror, and it's there are very obviously consistent strats that you can do. Obviously, you still need to know what to do, but that doesn't mean that you listen. When you do the things I do, in most games that you'll see me play, it's not consistent, or they're not the strats you really should be doing, based on if you're just looking objectively at probability. And that's why I like, you know, math in general. It at least tells me some truths of the world, but as for the truths of my brain, well, Ward, Sailors, Botanist, Flood, and Festival. Should probably take Botanist first against my inclination to do otherwise, because I'd probably, funny enough, I might take Ward first and just smoke the cigarettes I have immediately. But otherwise, my preferred method of attack is Botanist, I think, into Flood Ward to get rid of bosses, Sailors last, Festival fourth. But we'll see if I do Ward next or Flood next, basically. Because otherwise this is my only chance to go in town and grab the cigarette case. But there is something to be said about immediately using, or, well, what am I trying to say? Taking Flood and then smoking cigarettes at the end when you need it most. Because otherwise you smoke it at the very beginning of Flood, which you're fighting an enemy, which, I have Scars. That's why I say it's feasible, but if you get really unlucky, you could take a bit more damage, and then you get unlucky in events, and you've heard me talk about this before. For those who haven't heard me talk about it before, when you get unlucky in events, you can take like 6 stamina, 6 reason, or a mixture of both, even more than that, when you're unlucky. But again, that's not the normal experience for people playing any game, really. So, shrug. Ooh, had to cough really quickly, but even saying that, though, as I kind of autopilot here, what do we have? We do have wards, so police patrols at the high threat level hospital wouldn't be a bad choice. And that being said, I also did not grab the hospital pass yet, so let's do that really quickly. We don't have random item stats, so I don't have to worry about it costing 3 funds and then putting me into out of fund range, but hey, I did take the hospital pass, right? I didn't just buy something else. I should have checked the ally as well, because if it's like Fujiko or something, mainly Fujiko, then yeah, because I primarily plan to use kicks here. But we'll see. Keeping in mind, we do have Flood and Festival, and I think one more thing? I can't remember. Ward. A shorter Ward. But we'll see. Ward is kind of... I think Ward is still in the middle, especially depending on what you run into. Old Gods forbid you run into... nice luck check, by the way, game. Old Gods forbid you run into double nurses. Unless you can one-shot them both. Actually, no, that's not true. But still... The fact that they dropped the steak knife is one of the only redeeming factors, and even then, I don't know. There's something about that mystery. Anywho. I was gonna say something. Oh, yeah, so I'll just talk about RNG, and I say it kind of in jest, even though, you know, in real life, it's quite bad. And real life includes this channel and the games I play. But when I move into games like social deduction games that require a lot more skill, it's not like I'm amazing in those either, so, I mean, there's not really much else to say. I didn't smoke cigarettes. That's why I am so slow. Yeah, I can't even do a kick, can I, here? I could do a guaranteed kick for 3, dude. Sorry, no. Is this really? No, that's not right. Because we're on a Thotu. So I can do, this is a 1-turn, though. But I really should have smoked cigarettes. I forgot to do that. That's because I'm autopiloting here and commentating, so... although I think that's an ability that I want to get good at as well, but... As you can see, I'm not doing very well. We're on an encounter lockout, so I don't have to worry about fighting anything. But these checks are smacking my face in. I don't even need to smoke cigarettes now because this is a guaranteed end of mystery. Yeah, we're in encounter, but there's not really much else to do here. But yeah, it's not like any other game that requires more skill. It's something I'm terribly good at either, and I say terribly good, I mean that in the positive meaning, but in this case, with the phrase or with the context, I'm not amazing. Otherwise, I would be, doing something else. Not that you always do that. I use that as a lot of not justification, but you hear me say that a lot. But that doesn't mean some people, they perform better at something when it's a hobby, but I don't think that's a majority of the case, because I do believe in the logic that is, if you're very good at something, you would do something with it with your life, whether it's to really push your own, I guess, what am I trying to say, self-worth? I'm losing the phrase because I'm trying to concentrate on word as well, but what I'm trying to say is that not everyone is in something for, the reasons that I state, so do use your own critical thinking skills, but at the same time, from the reality that at least I live in, even if it may be wrong, I'm here to say, from my perspective, if you're good at something, you'd make a living out of it. That's the first thing. But after that, if there's some self-fulfillment, if it makes you a better human being, there are those things as well. But I don't think that's... I personally don't believe that's a majority of people. But I could be wrong. I understand that as well. As someone who's been wrong and a lot more things, again, if I were more right about things, or I were a more logical person, I think I'd be... I would be doing other things in my life, basically. Let's just say that much, because I don't know what else I can say about it. As you, the viewer, can probably think of something, a more accurate way to phrase that. But as I absolutely get pounded here, it's a good thing we have Flood. This is our last investigation. The question is, do I get to handcuff immediately? Because I only have 2 stamina and I can't survive a single attack. So, my inclination to escape here is the most consistent thing I can do. Otherwise, if I think I'm going to hit at least... well, I need to hit all 3, don't I? I do. So let's just run away. Considering we have Flood, we're not losing that much Doom at the end, but we will be at around, like, 58% at the end of Flood. Why am I forgetting the name? Thank goodness I don't have the second encounter, too, because I definitely forgot. But we lost Bat, that's right. Well, hey. Otherwise, it would have been nice to handcuff the boss there, but no, that's not what's going to happen. We might as well level up now. Core Strength would be nice, but the game doesn't want to give me anything, so... die, I guess. We should still be able to 2-tap this guy, but... doesn't make me feel good. Actually, we can 1-tap him, because each of these are 6 HP damage. I was going to say HP, and I was like, no damage, and then my mind reversed on itself. Anywho, 90, 80, 80. Question mark. Anywho. I just think for a second that maybe that is a pretty much 50-50, by the way. 90, even 90, 80, 80, it's not exactly 50. It's like better, but it's definitely not 60%, I feel. Otherwise, I can do the math right now as we kind of look at the school. So 80% of 90 is... why am I going crazy already? 72%. Oh my goodness, I'm dead, by the way. I just realized, I was looking at art class, I was like, am I going to lose reason or stamina here? No, it's the stamina one. There's the other one where you need Kumi, I think, removes reason, but anywho. But yeah, 80% of 90 is 72%, and 80% of 72 is actually 48%? Am I saying... no, I didn't calculate that right, did I? Anyway, I don't even know what backstory I'm on, but we're just going to leave it at character-exclusive Knight Errant, without any random item stats. So, a more spicier run. The previous run, there's no reason I should have died. Although, well, I guess I should have rested at the end of Ward. That's the main... oh, that's the initial thing I can think of, but as we get into Knight Errant here. We'll do Herald this time, though 2 is kind of proving its point, although I'll come back at some point, because there are 3 parts to this series. Let me tell you, 90, 80, or 90, let's just start with, yeah, 90% of 80 or 80% of 90 is 72. 80% of 72% is about 57, 58%, I want to say. I'm not going into decimals, but a couple of decimals here isn't going to really affect my RNG, I feel. Charisma, Light, Strength, Knowledge, every single stat check, maybe Takshisan, definitely a Light check, but I don't particularly... You can go to the hardware store and get the heavy-duty flashlight, because Haru pretty much doesn't care, but it does cost a bit more Doom, so... might be useful, don't know, though. Depends if I get a cut artery, really. Let me see. What's the trade-off? Yeah, 4 Doom for Cut Artery is pretty good in my opinion. So, because either way, you're probably going to prepare twice and then visit the doctor's office. So yeah, that's definitely... there's definitely some cost efficiency there. Ward, Sailor's Vigil, Mermaid's Painting. We'll take Vigil first. I don't get the cigarette case for this, but we're going to run from like half the encounters in this place anyway. So I'm going to take a leap of faith, basically. Although that being said, if we do a Knight Errant here, we're taking Doom anyway, but it's fine. I want the free weapon, is what I'm trying to say. Now that being said, this is an encounter I will fight, but it will cost Doom, so let's hope we hit our 80% kicks. Let me try to be a bit more precise. Oh, nice 80%, by the way. I should have actually done something else there. It's fine. Yeah, 80% of 72, 14.2. 14.2. Yeah, 57.8%. I may have calculated that wrong because I'm doing it off the top of my head, but let me know if I'm wrong. Everyone has calculators, so there's no reason we can't just fact-check myself with numbers, but that's why like it's 50%. It's in the realm of 50%. Maybe like 2 out of 3 if you want to be optimal about it, but I don't, so yeah. If I run into a room of ghosts, the inspiring novel does nothing, so we're just going to do that. And either way, I'm not really planning to do a thing anyway. I'm on encounter lockout anyway, I believe, so yeah, it doesn't really matter. And I fought the first enemy. I can fight the next one because even though I lost more Doom than running away, I got experience for it. That's the trade-off I'm thinking of in my mind. But anywho. Not running into another encounter would be nice. In fact, lowering Doom would be nice, but if I don't get it because of this, that's perfectly fine. 3 Reason is also pretty fine here. We 2-tap our way out, and 3 Reason is not the worst thing in the world at the very beginning of the run. I have to add that sentence at the end because you don't want to keep... I feel you don't want to keep taking 3 damage, although if you know what you're doing, you can, but any more than that, it can be a bit bad. Oh... Okay, fine, we'll smoke cigarettes here. This should affect me in the middle of this encounter anyway, so yeah, prep attack, prep attack. Now, we lose 4 stamina for our trouble, but we should be fine unless the stamina bug happens. I feel like it's happened before, but let's find out. Although after this, I have to take another risk, really? There's no way, right? I guess so. Yes way, apparently. This is 13 damage and I don't have enough damage, so it's time to gamble on 65%. Bye!